Welcome back, everybody. Today I have something very fun for you, and that is Ludicolo. I saw this list do pretty well at a recent tournament, and I decided to play it, make some changes of my own to it, and show you what we're working with. This isn't a deck I normally would have thought would be able to do anything, but with this new consistency engine that a lot of Stage 2 decks are running, I think it opens the door to a lot of new decks. So before I throw the deck list up, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I'm trying to get to 20,000 subscribers, and a lot of you who watch are not yet subscribed, so please do so. I would really appreciate it. Support this month has been amazing. So what does Ludicolo even do? Because you probably don't remember. If you do, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You are either a genius or it's just your favorite Pokemon. Ludicolo does 60 damage and for 2 energy. And if you have either 1, 3, or 5 cards left in your hand, Ludicolo will do 60 more damage. So it'll swing 120 damage for just 2 energy. It's really not that hard to meet that requirement. Like, honestly, the hardest part about the deck, about Ludicolo, is getting Ludicolo set up. But with this new double research, double copycat engine that I have been playing, and I've seen in a lot of other Stage 2 decks, it just, I mean, it makes it work, man. It makes it work. So, who do I have alongside the Ludicolo? Well, you can see right here in this game, this is the only game with it, this Mantike. I didn't think the Mantike really had too much use. We're pretty much only ever attacking with Ludicolo. We might attack with some of the other guys if they're just sitting in the active spot waiting. But we're only attacking with Ludicolo. We only need 2 energy on him. I don't really see a reason for a Mantike. Getting that extra energy in play is really not going to matter all that much. So, yeah. And then our other 2 support Pokemon are Pyukumuku and Ice Cube. I really just don't know, like, which ones... Like, they both have their uses, and I don't know which one comes up more often. So I guess if you want to run double Ice Cube or run double Puke, it's probably like, it'll probably end up pretty similar for you. But Pyukumuku has the ability where if it's knocked out by damage, your opponent takes 50 damage themselves. And the Ice Cube has the Ice Face ability. So when it's at full HP, it takes 40 less damage from attacks. So that's going to block out all the small attackers. It's gonna make it effectively have 120 HP, 140 HP if you put one of those giant capes on it. So it'll last a while, right? Like the Ice Cube can wall in the front pretty well. It's like not gonna take any damage to any baby Pokemon like Chinglings, item locking you, whatever. He'll just sit there forever. He's not a bad guy at all. He's not a bad guy. And the Pyukumuku isn't either because it helps fix some damage, right? It'll make it so your Ludicolo, if they knock out a Pyukumuku and then you go in with Ludicolo, you're hitting for 170 damage on that turn. So, yeah, like the Pyukumuku is also good. And it has like a 1 energy 20 poke, which I feel it kind of comes up sometimes. Sometimes your opponent's sort of slow down when they see a Pyukumuku in the active spot because they don't want to take that 50 damage from knocking it out. And then the rest of the list, the double giant cape feels really important. Getting the Ludicolo up to 160 is the difference between like it actually surviving a few turns. And yeah, see, you can see right here, I'm attacking with Ludicolo right now, and I have 3 cards in my hand, and I'm kind of like, I have to really think about how I'm going to play the last turns of this game. I go up with this Ludicolo without the giant cape because I don't want this Melmetal to knock me out. I want a Ludicolo that can survive another turn after the fact, just in case that extra HP is necessary. But I'm expecting right here that my opponent's going to attach to this Melmetal and then Metal Arms me for the knockout. And then after that, I'm going to go up with the baby Ludicolo. And the energy works out like, I believe it should just work out perfectly. Where my path to victory this game is going to be send up second Ludicolo. not play anything out of my hand because I don't need to. Just kind of throw energy wherever. I can rhythmic steps, knock out this Melmetal, and barring my opponent having any sort of retreat, I will be safe to go for Sabrina and then Cyrus on that Skarmory and knock out the Skarmory that way. But as I was saying, the Giant Capes are very important. A lot of things can hit for 140 or pretty close to it. And the extra 20 just makes a lot of sense for the deck. One Sabrina, one Cyrus, that also feels fine. I've won games because of Sabrina. I don't think I would ever want two Cyrus in this deck. And then the Pokemon Center Lady. The Pokemon Center Lady, it was the card that was included in the list from the tournament. And as I've played it, it is yet to come up why I would be playing Pokemon Center Lady over Irida, to be honest. I can't see a reason why I would. I can't see a reason why I would. The only special condition that ever really comes up in this meta is what is it? Blaze Against Burn, and like I don't think the Pokemon Center Lady is going to be the difference in whether or not I survive from the burn. It's going to be the Giant Cape, and then like if I have to Irida, I can Irida, but like healing the burn off isn't really going to do anything for me. So I don't know why you would play the Pokemon Center Lady over the Irida. But that's I held that knowledge till the very end of the deck list review for the true watchers only. Deck importers get punished for playing Pokemon Center Lady, or they were putting the list in their game and said, "Dude, what? Why am I playing Pokemon Center Lady in a water deck?" Yeah, I don't see the use case for it. So I would say run Irida instead. But I don't have a full art Irida, so we're rocking with the Pokemon Center Lady because it looks nicer as well. I need to get full art copycats, man. I thought this card was gonna be nothing, and it actually is. It is something. Here's another thing, right? Look at my little hand right here. I have all my basics in play, and I'm not playing the Pokeball. Pokeball is a free, turn your hand from an even hand to an odd hand. Like, it's better to hold the Pokeball, I think, than to play it in this case. I'm not worried about, like, my hand getting disrupted for quite a while, so I'm just going to hold these Pokeballs until they can be the hand fixers for me. It's like about the only thing you got to watch out for in this deck is making sure you know what cards can come off of your top deck and how you're going to maintain that 1, 3, or 5 hand amount to keep swinging for 120. This is I probably should have just... I don't know what my opponent's doing in this game. They were taking forever. They're playing in Altaria with Morlul. A lot of these games were pretty trolly. Like, I'll be honest, a lot of them were pretty trolly, but I think really all this is trying to show a proof of concept on, like, yo, this copycat engine does work, and, it doesn't really matter if I'm playing against, like, slightly weirder mega decks. The question is, can I get my stage 2s out? And are they able to knock out a mega, right? Like, that's kind of what it comes down to. That's what you're trying to do. And if the answer is yes, then hey, the deck is not so bad. So this double copycat engine that we've been seeing is like makes these stage 2 decks so much more consistent than what we're used to seeing. We saw it with a lot of the Absol Hydreigon decks, which Hydreigon probably is just the best stage 2 to take advantage of it. And I was going through all of the EXs to see, like, is there anyone we missed that would gain a really big buff from this new level of consistency? And about the only one I can think of, like truly think of, is maybe Garchomp Rampardos gets a little bit better. Maybe we can run Garchomp Rampardos with the double copycat double research, or just copycat May double research. Like, either of those are usually pretty acceptable. For like other EXs, I went through. I didn't see any other EXs that I thought would really benefit off of the copycat. It's kind of tough, right? Because when you're using this copycat engine, the decks that take the best advantage of it are decks with either some sort of energy acceleration package that goes alongside them. Look at my opponent just, I don't know what the point of this was, but it shows you like, hey, I would have been able to just Cyrus that Altaria and win the game right there, but he decides to knock out his own Duskanoir and then just leave this this Shiinotic for me to knock out. But the best decks to benefit off it are like 2 energy attacking decks or cards that have built-in energy acceleration, something like that. And a lot of the EXs that are kind of left that haven't really had their chance are all like just not enough damage or just kind of overshadowed, or they need like both of these things set up. They don't have good support Pokemon, whatever. I really didn't look through and I tried to think of like, who else are we missing? And honestly, I don't think we're missing too many more. I think the Garchomp Rampardos, I started to see it from Mr. S1 Gun, however you say their name. They played to a tournament in DD Golem. So it's just the Goodra deck, but instead of Goodra, you're running the Golem, which would reduce damage taken when you attack. Partner that with DD, and you get this like unstoppable thing, and you don't have to deal with dual energy, which is probably the best part of it. Is you don't have to worry about that. So those two seem like some of the better cards for the double copycat engine. What else? I'm curious to see if there's a way to like fit Greninja into more decks now. Like, what if the meta just kind of devolves into like Absol Greninja, Altaria Greninja? I saw that on Twitter a while ago. Altaria Greninja, and you just play it with double copycat, so like you're going to get into the guys. Like just any mega with Greninja. Maybe that's how we bring Mr. Who is it? Mr. Gyarados into the meta, is by playing it the old school way with Druddigon and Greninja. The problem is that it's, dude, like every deck has a 30 snipe, and that just bodies a Magikarp, man. You gotta play double cape and Gyarados, I think, without a doubt. Otherwise, you're just gonna get sniped off the bench, and that's kind of it. But yeah, maybe we go back to Druddigon, Greninja, Gyarados, and that's the method. With our copycats, we're going to be able to draw into the guy at any time we want. How did we ever... Gosh, dude, the game used to be so strange. Like, we were really setting up a 4 energy Gyarados behind a Druddigon, and it just worked. Like, it just worked. You just had that much time to manually attach to a Gyarados. Ridiculous. That deck was so strong back in the day, man. That deck was so strong. I mean, nothing besides Gyarados had more than 150 HP, really. That people were actually playing. I guess people were kind of playing Charizard, but that was about the only stage 2 EX that we were rocking with. Yeah, very, very interesting times. This matchup, very, very good for us, because what it boils down to is Meowscarada can't hit our Pokemon for anything more than 60, and we can hit their Pokemon for 120 every single turn. So let me tell you, dude, this deck also looks so good. I wish I had the Pyukumuku like 1-star rare, whatever, you know, the full art version, because my board would look so nice with double Ludicolo, the Ice Cube, and the Pyukumuku down. It would look so good. But somehow me, the guy who maybe the only person in the world that reps Pyukumuku, does not have the Pyukumuku full art or the Pyukumuku shiny. I don't understand. I don't understand how I've been ducking this. But yeah, I mean, this guy can't really do much to me. He can bring up this Celebi, but with a Lombre on the bench, you're not doing anything but giving me this Celebi as food, as Ludicolo food. Just gonna retreat, evolve. I think that's my first time like ever consciously viewing that animation. That looks so strange, so ghastly. Not the Pokemon, but the actual word. Yeah. Then we're just gonna rhythmic steps, destroy the Celebi, and my opponent should be conceding here any moment, because there's not much hope for him left. There it is. Yeah, the Hydreigon seems to be the best benefactor of this new support package. Maybe some Rampardo stuff can do a little bit better. Like maybe Silvally Rampardos can come back and be more consistent. It's tough. It is tough. I mean, I think like Silvally Rampardos, like what's the difference between that and Hydreigon? Like they're similar-ish, right? I mean, I guess if you start Silvally every single game, I mean, you just do an aggressive 100 damage. The type null is pretty good into the babies because of the coin flip potential to just knock them out. I guess fighting the fossils is still like slightly difficult, but with double copycat, it might just not be. And some of these decks are also playing like Chingling in them too. So that way you're just blocking your opponent from ever using an item card. And you get to then just copycat a slightly bigger hand because of it. I don't think that Chingling has really any space in Ludicolo. It could, but like the problem is that Hydreigon, I think, can take advantage of Chingling because they have another attacker, right? They have like the Mega Absol for the end game. This is sort of, we need double Ludicolo. We don't have another guy. There's really not another good water guy. The best one would probably be Suicune. And starting Suicune would suck. Sort of. I mean, it'd be good draw. It would be very good draw. But then we're just becoming like a Suicune deck. And at that point, it's like, why am I playing Suicune Ludicolo when I could just be playing Suicune Greninja? You know, it defeats the purpose. We're trying to make something different here. We're not trying to just play a Suicune deck with a different stage 2 instead. All right, I don't want to do that. So we're playing the blocking guys. But Suicune is really like the only good 2 energy attacker. And so you really want the Pyukumuku to like do the damage or the Ice Cube to slow your opponent down so that when Ludicolo comes up and starts swinging, he is then able to either, you know, get very close to a knockout or set up the damage for later down the line. Now, obviously, like I'm playing this game and I'm thinking that my target here is probably just Mega Pinsir. We will have to see how it goes. This is a very awkward game because I'm not getting cards in a way that is letting me stay at this 3-card hand requirement or 1 card, whatever. So I'm just gonna switch into Ludicolo and go for Rhythmic Steps without even playing a card, because I can't play 2 cards out of this hand to fix my hand size. I can only play the 1. I'm just in a very, very strange spot at the moment. My opponent puts a Leaf Cape on that bench Pinsir, brings him up to 120. And then powers up his Leafeon, is just going to copycat for 3. Yeah, like I could try to get that Pinsir, but like I'm scared because if I attack into that Pinsir and he flips a heads, my Ludicolo goes down. At this point, it now doesn't matter. And now I'm like, all right, what, like, how do I proceed from here, man? How could I possibly go any further? I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh wait, Leafeon has 20 HP left. Okay, well, I can retreat into Lotad, attach to Ludicolo, probably just heal him for 30 to get the card out of my hand. That way I can just play like a Sabrina or a Cyrus next turn to get me down to 3. And then I'll just Water Gun the Lotad. And bam, that's 20 damage on the guy. And now I got my beautiful Ludicolo on the bench, still alive. I now know, like, if my opponent has Cyrus, he's not going to be able to will either, but he uses Erica. And I'm thinking, yo, I got Sabrina in hand, and he just goes for the attack. So he knocks out my Lotad. Very, very cool. But I have Sabrina, Ludicolo, or yeah, I just have Sabrina push Ludicolo. And that's going to force my opponent to bring up someone that will get knocked out by this Ludicolo. And we get to, we win the game. in this one. Ludicolo takes it down. So sometimes, you know, sometimes you're going through megas. Other times, if your opponent gives you the 2-point, 1-point game, then, you know, that's what you go for. But that is it for Ludicolo. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know. I task all of you to experiment with the new copycat engine and see like what stage 2 decks you can make work a lot better. Or even, I guess we can go further and we can say, like, we could probably be playing multiple lines of stage 1s in decks now that normally were not, like, it just was never consistent enough to get set up. But now it could be with like the 2 research, 1 copycat, 1 May, or 2 research, double copycat engine. So I task you, try to come up with something. Try to come up with something. Surprise yourself. It will help you be a better deck builder. Look for something with some synergy and see what you can make off of this this new consistency engine. I'm going to take a look at the stage 1s after this, because I think there has to be something in there as well that we missed, that like playing a double stage 1 line might just be there might be something there, man. There might be something there. I know I've tried to make a lot of really bad decks over the last year, and ultimately consistency was the biggest problem. So we got to look at everything in a new light, because this new engine is very, very consistent. Ludicolo is just one of the things that kind of becomes pretty playable from it. All right, that's enough yapping. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe on your way out. I'll see you on the next one.